Salutations, starving civilians, automatic here for automatic games. Thanks for joining me for what would have been Season 2, Episode 2 of our XCOM series. But it's not. It's gonna take up that slot as a placeholder. The problem is, I kinda got delete crazy on YouTube, getting rid of superfluous videos from the past, and I kind of cut into some of our stuff from this playthrough. And I had just barely cut into episode 2 of season 2. In fact, I managed to keep the last 5 minutes of it, but basically, let's see, that would be, yeah, 5/6 of the episode is now gone. But let's see, you know, I would start the episode obviously by saying in our previous installment, the Avenger was put down by a enemy UFO utilizing a EMP-like device, after which point Charlie's squad took to the field to defend our ship and repel potential boarders. They were successful in that action, but unfortunately they took a casualty in the form of their squad leader. That would be Corky, of course, and that was an altogether troubling development. Nonetheless, it's one we're going to have to get used to. You know, I watch another guy do these XCOM playthroughs. His name is Tapcat, and in a video of his I watched today, he said, you know, you can't get mad at the RNG because you should probably know going in to XCOM. RNG, what I mean by that is random number generation. Because anybody that's getting into XCOM should very well know that that's a prime component of the game. So, it is kind of awkward when you see a YouTuber sit there and bitch about the RNG, which is something I could do in the case of Corky, but let's be honest. We're doing quite well. We're doing much better than expected. This is the best playthrough I've had of this game thus far, and I don't know what we want to chalk that up to. I'm not going to rest on my laurels. I'm also not going to pride myself with anything, because, you know, the wheels could still come off. But the thrust of what I want to say is I'm not going to get ticked off at the casualties. It's expected. In fact, I expected more than what we have already taken. But what I can get ticked off at is myself for deleting most of this episode. The good news is I caught myself, and, so, you know, episode 3 all the way to the end of season 2, or at least to where I'm at, it is still secure. But, yeah, I was not thrilled when I realized I'd cut into footage that I had not released yet. And, that's one of the hazards of not paying a whole hell of a lot of attention, I suppose. Anyhow, to kind of fill space, I wanted to post this video and give you an explanation. In the background, obviously, we're just looking at footage of the soldiers that are still aboard the Avenger. Let's see, Alpha Squad is deployed, and I apologize to anybody that has characters formed in their likeness or in their honor in Alpha Squad, because you're missing a good mission. They were basically deployed to protect an intel device. They did so flawlessly. It was a flawless victory. And I know what you're thinking. Well, you're not showing us a video. Of course you can say it's a flawless victory. No, it is. I still have that last portion, so we will see the result of it, and you'll see that nobody was wounded. And everybody really did an impeccable job. But curiously, the intel device was situated within a meatpacking plant where they get meat for Advent burgers, and it is noted throughout the mission by, I believe by Central, that you never see any animals go into that plant. You never see any deliveries from farms. So, you know, that's kind of nasty. You gotta wonder where that meat comes from. It's the mystery meat, much as this episode is a mystery episode, I guess. So perhaps it's fitting that the name of this episode is Advent Burgers. But you know what, to kind of kill a little more time, and, I guess, give you a sneak peek of something to make up for the lost footage, let's take a look at characters that have not yet been identified by XCOM. Like there we have Odd Noble, Oliver DeNoble. And these guys and girls, they're part of various resistance cells at this point. This is Benton Ashley Williams. It's Otto's brother. We have not yet encountered him. And some of these people we may not encounter at all. Dominic Minikdom Vickers, named after a fellow that made a comment on one of my videos, or maybe a couple, I can't quite recall. Yeah, as you can see, the list is exhaustive. Hadrian Skeptic Bell. I know there is another character with the codename Skeptic. If we had ever hired Hadrian, I would change his codename. Let's see, the next one. Outlast. Miles Upshore. Yep. Yeah, not all of them are named after friends or associates. This one's named after an SJW. Autumn Durga. Kind of an homage to my Fallout 4 videos, where Autumn Durga is one of the protagonists. Same story with this next one, Brian Wilkes. That's also a character that was in Fallout 3, albeit as a child. But yeah, I kind of made him as a recruitable resistance member in this game. Inferno, Nick Mancini, Inferno. It's another YouTuber that's named after. Let's see, what else do we got here? Oh yeah, Brian Greer, Real, one of my Xbox friends. Haven't played with him for a while, but a good guy. Vincent Roswell Hazard, one of my RL friends. Funny ass dude too. Commissioner. Well, I don't know if you watch the Fuzz videos. He's in one of those. He was our junior officer. I had to put him in this game as well. I don't necessarily think he's watching the series though. Not saying shame on him. It's just he doesn't know I'm talking about him. Sebastian Scazzari. Yeah, that's another commenter, I believe. Mr. Vane, Warren Silas. Yeah, he's out there too. Hope we find him. He's got the dreads happening. Again, these are not reflections of how these people will look in real life. Most of them I don't know how they look. Finnegan Trollister, Fintroll. Another YouTuber. A lot of these people as well I've encountered through my association with Mark Jackson or Manny Faces. Not so with Twiggy Snap. He's another Xbox Live associate. Brylight. Brian Leitner, Brylight. You know, I wish we had hired him earlier. I wish we would hire him at all, really. He's obviously an ex-Advent soldier. It's a cool backstory. All of these characters have in-depth backstories. Peter Two Bears, codenamed Sandman. Doesn't look like this buddy of mine, but one of my close friends. A guy that was working on my house recently, too. Yeah, he doesn't have a mohawk. What do we got here? Catherine Susberry, Sushi Cat. Yeah. Yeah, Sushi Cat is new to the channel, so welcome. And then we've got Mortal as well, her partner in crime. So I had to add both of them, and I hope we encounter them soon. But Sushi Cat initially came to the channel to watch Liberal Outlast, and she found out about us through Mark Jackson and Mr. Vane. Again, I cannot say enough about the community. Now, Sushi Cat hosts a channel of her own where she does Let's Plays, lazy Let's Plays that I highly recommend. So if you get a chance, get on over there and give that channel some love. It's definitely worth your time. Now, speaking of Outlast and Mark Jackson, he's doing a Let's Play of Outlast 2, the protagonist of which is a Blake Langerman and his wife Lynn, who are every bit the SJWs that Miles Upshore was. And so if you can't get enough Outlast, definitely head over to his channel and check that out. I think you'll enjoy it. I know I am. Now going back to the Resistance Fighter list, now it's not a comprehensive list. There are names that I'd like to add to it, and I will. That'll be names like Tapcat, the Roleplay Gamer, Asparagus, and a whole slew of others. And there's no guarantee that we will encounter them in our future missions. It is my hope that we do, but I can't make any promises with this game, that's for sure. Now, getting our head back into the game, I apologize that we've been stranded aboard the Avenger while Alpha Squad's out in the field doing a yeoman's work. They went out with the basic five, that is to say Valdez, Manny, Snugs, Noisy, and Lead, and they were accompanied by the pot-smoking robot Spark 1. Now, they were, again, out of uniform, much to the chagrin of Colonel Van Dorn, and, but, you know, that's just the way they're going to handle that whole uniform mandate thing. And, yeah, they just performed epically. They really did. You know, Noisy Boy with that Frost Bomb. Manzer may have been the first to deploy the Frost Bomb, and he continually deploys it, but Noisy Boy's actually writing a book on how to use it in the field. But yeah, nobody injured, Spark 1 not damaged, and certainly nobody died in the field. That's what we like to see. And it's been a while since we've enjoyed a flawless victory. Now, we have had victories, but they've always been coupled with, not always, but often been coupled with casualties. Or most recently, KIAs. And certainly when Alpha looks back at their record in the field, I think that their success rate definitely contributes to their defiance when it comes to their uniform infractions. And what recourse does Van Dorn have anyhow, short of writing them up? Maybe sitting them down. I mean, he can't bench them. That's not going to fly with Central Officer Bradford or the Commander.
Let's hope they all go that smooth, Commander. Great work.
Or can he bench them? Will he lobby for that? I guess time will tell. So in terms of promotions, it seems like it's just Lead and Spark 1. And Lead has unlocked Deadeye. That is a slight aim penalty for greater damage. And he also is going to unlock Field Medic, which gives him multiple uses with a med kit. But Alpha, yeah, they're going to continue to defy those uniform regulations. That's just the spirit in which they're going to operate. Now, sorry about the blurry footage here. I'm not sure what's up with that. Certainly Spark 1 has earned a promotion as well. And for the droid, it's going to be Bulwark, which offers Spark 1 additional armor and allows Spark 1 to act as mobile cover for its squad mates. And of course it's not permanently attached to Alpha Squad, or any squad for that matter. Now in terms of material gains, we picked up an Illyrium core, a scope, and numerous bodies.
Excellent work, Commander. Your efforts continue to bolster the resistance movement across the globe.
And we also picked up a new engineer. Vladimir here is, well, we're going to put him to work immediately. Specifically, we're going to have him go ahead and clear out yet another chamber. I figure as long as we have all these engineers on staff, might as well keep them just moving along, chugging along. And what better way to exercise their capabilities and skills than to have them clear out cluttered chambers? No, honestly, it's probably not, but it's practical, damn it. So back to the geoscape. Well, we're going to set another course back to those supplies. But I also want to discuss, at some point during the last mission, another Advent black site emerged. And I didn't manage to catch it on camera, so I want to show you now. It's down in Chile. And ultimately, we will turn our attention to that. We will also focus as well on the black site over there in where is it? The UK?
Avengers
Yeah.
plotting new course.
So those are the two that we are aware of, and we will make a move in the coming weeks. But for now, yeah, we're going to conclude this scan, gather up all those supplies dropped by the Resistance, and we'll probably spend those supplies as quickly as we're collecting them. Now, next up, for the next episode, we are going to be pursuing that, I don't know if it was a distress call or just an intercepted message from Dr. Valen. And we're going to have Bravo Squad on deck. So one can safely assume that Bravo Squad is going to be putting down and investigating that signal. Granted, something else could crop up in the meantime. So Bravo might have to handle that. But nonetheless, that is our intention for the next episode. So I do hope you join me for that. I'm certainly anxious to see what an investigation of that message reveals. And if, by slim chance, Dr. Valen is alive out there somewhere, well, her and Big Sky. Anyways, this is Automatic for Automatic Games. I do appreciate you watching. If you like this video, and if you are subscribed, I will talk to you soon, friends. I almost forgot a glaring omission due to this missing episode, and that is, we hired a new soldier, so with no further ado, let's take a look at his file. Bailey Benton, codename Proxy, born Wheeling, West Virginia, 3 September 2015. Bailey is the grandson of one of the original XCOM soldiers. He spent years searching for the remnant XCOM forces, intent on joining their ranks. In the meantime, he befriended a small resistance group in northern West Virginia. Bailey has a keen interest in firearms and is proficient with many guns. Now, we've started training Proxy, and we're training him to be a ranger. He is named in honor of my eldest nephew, and also CJ from Charlie Squad. He's named after another one of my nephews. And so, I was telling the nephew that Proxy is made in honor of, that he should look out for Season 2, Episode 2, because he is watching the series, and so I had to add this amendment to it. Anyways, that's that. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.